Okay. So Morgan, tell us about your book,
Ah,
Tax Debt Rule Number One. There's always a solution.
that is the underlying tenet of my company. There's always a solution. I don't care how much you owe to whichever tax agency, there's always a solution to it.
Mm,
So don't ever feel like you don't know what to do. You want to hide from it because it's just too big and you don't know who to talk to and you don't know what to do. There's always a solution. You have to know that. And what I want people to know is it should never become that big to you.
mm,
Does it need to be handled? Boy, you bet. You bet it does. But there is always a solution. Do you know the IRS and most states have a program where if you prove you can't afford to pay the taxes, they'll put you in a formal, recognized, uncollectible status.
mm. Repeat
Now,
that again.
yeah, they will recognize you as simply not being able to pay the debt right now. And they'll say, okay, well, we'll come back and check in with you in a year or 2 years and see if anything changes by then and see if you're in a position at that point to address the debt.
Mm,
And that's why I say there's always a solution. Don't hide from it because it gets worse, right? It
yeah.
it it builds and builds and builds, and then you're giving away the power of the situation. You want to be in control. Don't be afraid to open any notices that you're getting because then you're giving up your power to that, right?
Mm,
So stay in control of the situation, open the notices, and if it's something that you are okay and you kind of shored yourself up and you're flexing your muscles and you're like, I can handle this, call them. Call
mm,
them and say, I got this notice. I don't know what to do with it. Or
mm,
if it's that intimidating, talk to your accountant, your CPA, your bookkeeper, call us. Get somebody involved who is going to stop the bleeding
mm. Okay.
because it can
Okay.
turn into a runaway train.
Yes. Tell me about it. I know. Been in
Yeah.
those situations.
Well,
So
and CJ,
yeah, I know.
at some point you have to just go, oh, this totally sucks, but okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I've
deal
had
with it.
them, where I had to get what you call it. So Morgan, tell us some of the things that we need to know about personal taxes that we may not fully understand.
Boy, so when you think about taxes, right? When I say to you income tax, what do you think of? What pops in your mind?
How much they taking out?
Very good. Do you know most people, like when you talk to them about their pay, right? How much
Mhm,
money do you make? Most people who have a job working for another company will give you their net pay amount,
mhm,
right? Well, this is how much I get my check for at the end of every week or every 2 weeks or twice a month. The problem is not enough people are actually looking at their pay stubs and seeing how much money is coming out.
mhm. Yeah.
Our federal government and our state government take taxes for income tax, sales tax, all of this to fund the local, state, and federal needs of our country and our state and our county and our city. Those monies go into these coffers in the government, right? And
Mhm,
then our politicians decide how those monies are going to be spent. So, this is an interesting exercise that I encourage everybody I talk to do. For 1 month, add up all the taxes that you pay in a 1 month period.